Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another great day. It's a beautiful day. So, good morning, my world changers. Welcome to Love is Not Judgmental. My name is Marvin Kane. I will be your guide on our journey, and we're glad you're here. We really are glad you're here. And today we want to talk about unleashing the power of modern women and an age gap relationship. So today I'm going to take you on a journey that really defies conventional thinking and standards. It challenges what's normal, but it celebrates love in a very extraordinary way. So I want you to picture this. I want you to picture a modern woman who's fearlessly staring age gap relationships towards uncommon success. So if you're ready to shatter some stereotypes and embrace the strength that these remarkable women have, then you know what? You're in the right place today. So stay tuned because what you're about to discover might just change the way you see love and relationships. And don't forget, tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., we will be delving and talking about why these gorgeous Filipino women marry older Western men. Why? So buckle up. It's going to be a very transformative ride. But now let's get into our discussion. Let's first make a clarification of what we mean on this channel when we talk about age gap relationships. So these are partnerships where there's a significant difference in age between two individuals involved. Now, we're not talking teenagers. I'm not talking teenagers on this channel. I'm talking about the solidification of the brain. Right now, if you are 18, 19, your brain is mushy, it's soft. And one of the ways we define maturity is when that brain solidifies, when it gets hard, then you're able to have more stable thinking, more stable thoughts, venture out into your goals and actually achieve your goals. We're talking about people who've reached that point. So, generally, for women, it's between the ages of 23 and 25. That's why we say women mature faster than men. And for men, it's between the ages of 25 and 27. But these are general. Now, you need to be the type of person that we're referring to that is balanced, responsible, clear thinking, goal oriented. We're talking to people like that. We're not talking about couples who are in their teens. We're talking about couples who have some substantial generational gaps. People who may be in their 60s dating somebody in their 30s, or someone in their 70s dating someone in their 50s, their 40s, their 30s, or late 20s. We're talking about significant age gaps. And these relationships seem to be thriving. Now, you can watch all the statistics if you want, but statistics are numbers on a piece of paper. Remember, numbers do not set boundaries for love. But the point that we're making is that with these numbers, it's not people. Like, just go talk to people you may know. And the weird thing is, you may not know that many of your friends are already in age gap relationships because it's not a new phenomenon. It's really something that's been around first. The first relationship was age gap relationships. In the past, many historical figures have been in age gap relationships. And today, many famous people and popular people are in age gap relationships. And they weren't targeting older men, we're not targeting younger women. They just fell in love with someone that they were compatible with and that they like. So, despite all the stereotypes, age gap relationships are by far more common than you think. I did not realize that my last marriage was an age gap relationship. I was 8 years older than she was. So I didn't realize that's considered an age gap. I never even heard that term throughout our entire marriage of 19 years. I've never heard anything like that. But the reality is, when you have romance and different forms of expressing yourself, and you meet that person that triggers your excitement, that triggers the peace that you're looking for, what's wrong with being involved in a relationship that simply makes you happy? Nothing. But a lot of people like to put their opinions in places where their opinions simply do not belong. So modern women are different, especially in age gap relationships. In fact, modern women are equal partners because times have changed. In age gap relationships, modern women are not just equal partners, but they are driving forces in the relationship. They have their own opinions because they are educated. In many cases, they are highly educated. They're very independent. They're career driven. None of these things are negative. In fact, men need to learn how to embrace the power of women because women are a powerful dynamic in anything, any type of relationship. If you and have a business partner, she's a woman, she's a powerful force. If you are, career oriented and you're being trained, women are excellent trainers. There are things about women that have been swept under the rug for years, and I'm very proud of seeing modern women stand out and represent themselves well. So they do a good job. So they bring their own set of strengths to the table, their own qualities into the relationship, which is critical for the success of a relationship. They're not just passive participants. They're not just I'm waiting for the man to tell them what to do. They have voices that they want to be heard, and men need to learn how to embrace, and that's not always easy, especially when you were taught a headship arrangement from men who have chosen to dominate women. But a loving head, a good man, is going to show love towards his woman and actually listen and show her the respect that's necessary. Communication, there's nothing greater than communication. Communication is how this stuff works. I mean, you just can't be sitting in a room side by side with a person and not talking. I mean, you have to be able to be open and honest and to express yourself. You know when you're in a good relationship when you have no secrets. That's when you know you're in a good relationship, when you have no secrets, when you and it's impossible to realistically know everything about an individual. But we're talking about modern women. Ask her, tell me a secret, tell me something no one else knows about you. Check out her vulnerability. If she's vulnerable, then guess what? You need to be vulnerable too. Or you can take the lead in being vulnerable and says, let me tell you something I've never told anybody about myself. And just tell them. See, one of the secrets to a successful age gap relationship is that type of communication where you just open up. You open up, you gotta open up. You've got to dig down deep and you got to cross that bridge of the generational age gap, and you do it successfully when you are 100%. I would love to say 110%. I would love to say 1,000%, but 100% is the max. That's as high as you're going to get. All that means everything. So when you are 100% open, when you are 100% honest, and you are respectful in the conversations, I'm not talking about being so honest that you're yelling and screaming and flying off and being crazy. But when you are 100% honest and you are a participant in the growth and in the development and in the structure and in the future of a relationship, your partner can learn from you. And then you can learn from your partner. And the beauty of this is you start understanding each other. And that's what it's about. It's knowing each other in a very deep manner. As you know each other, you are able to be more successful. So wherever your relationship is right now, tell a secret. Tell your partner a secret. Tell them something. I mean, you might been in this relationship married for 20 years. You want to take it to the next level, tell them a secret, get them to tell you a secret. Because guess what? We all have secrets. So fostering strong emotional connections. These are the things that stand the test of time. Being fearless, being so comfortable in your relationship. I mean, that you just like naked with your words, naked with your opinions, naked with the thoughts in your mind. You're just open like that to your partner. You have to be, because when you are, you're going to be able to overcome the most difficult challenges because challenges always seem to find a place in age gap relationships a little more often than others because when you're in age gap relationships, you just don't have the support system that everybody else has because people don't really know how to approach you in your relationship because they're very judgmental. So overcoming challenges, even when you make little uh, challenges and you turn them into smaller challenges, reward yourself. I mean, take yourself out to get something to eat with your spouse. I mean, just do something really good. Buy extra pair of socks. If you went to the store to buy one pair of socks, buy a pack of three. If you went to the store to get, t-shirt or blouse or bras or whatever, get an extra pack. Do something great for you that shows how you overcome a challenge. Sometimes you may have to really put yourself in a challenging situation to have practice to know how to get out of it. For example, you might be puzzled between paying. I'm gonna use this example. This is a crazy example I can give, but let's say you have the difference between paying your utility bill or you're hungry at the moment, getting a meal. Now, the responsible thing is paying the utility bill. That's the responsible thing. And you have a savings, but you said to yourself, I'm not going into my savings. See, when you overcome challenges and you start making these little wins and you start teaching yourself how to reward yourself, you're going to have to go into savings. You're going to have to do something different. So pay the bill, but then go into savings and get something out to take yourself and have a great meal. You've got to be kind to yourself. The first person you need to be in love with is you so that you can learn to love your partner better. Because if you're willing to do that for yourself, if you're willing to compromise for yourself, then you'll be great at compromising with your partner. So while age gap relationships have their challenges, modern women tackle them with grace and resilience. I've seen modern women act like football players to problems. They just go straight at it. Feelers, straight at it. They're like, you know what? We got to deal with this. We're gonna handle it. Their differences in life experiences has taught them to deal with matters head on. Now, as an older man, you might have been taught, let me just be quiet and let me let this thing kind of let itself pass by. But see, in the modern world, people are a little more spontaneous than that. They got a problem, they want to fix it right now. Matter of fact, they want it to be fixed 5 minutes ago so that they can move on basically to the next problem because problems are like chain links. It's just a bunch of them connected from one to the other. You solve one, there's another one waiting for you. So modern women, they find very innovative solutions and they work together with their partners. Modern women are very good at this because they have more of a partnership mindset. See, we're over that. I'm just in love. See, now we are partners that have learned how to overlook obstacles and not overlook, but really to overcome obstacles because that's what it's about. It's about winning. It's about strengthening your bonds in the process. It's about having the problem solving mindset. So let's say you know your spouse so well that, in your community, one of your friends came across some hard times. They need $100. You don't need to call your spouse and say, "Can I give this person $100?" Because you already know your partner is your partner. And as your partner, that's what they would do. And they're not going to call you either because you're about helping, you're about overcoming, you're strategizing. And these are things, again, that you need to talk about because women need to be free to make their own decisions. Women do not do well when they are captives, held in cages, and told when to speak and when not to speak. The more women speak, the more men learn, the more we grow. So we need our women to be vocal. We need them to have opinions and we need them to let us know how they feel. And we need them to guide us and tell us this might be a better way of handling that particular situation. That's a powerful arsenal. And you can do the same. It's natural for men to do it as well. So you could do the same with her. You can let her know, look, this might be a better way for you to handle a matter. See, that's what the partnership is about. It's about you growing together, being supportive. There are communities where in the modern world you can go to, like if in your world, you're just constantly getting beat up by people around you who just don't see the value in you being with this older man, or they don't see the value of you being with this younger woman. You know what? Just push them to the side. Because see, now the world, as large as it is, has become smaller because of the internet. So modern women in age gap relationships, they don't navigate this journey alone. See, there are a number of online forums. You just want to find, just type and it make something up like 20-year age gap forum. I guarantee you probably find something similar. or a forum that talks about age gap relationships, and then you can link up and connect and learn from other people and their experiences. You might hear the good, you're definitely going to hear the bad, but you're going to hear all the experience, the truth, the things that you've never thought of that can happen. So support the groups, communities. Maybe you do have people around you. You only really need one good friend, maybe two, three, or four. You don't need a whole bunch of friends. And really, who do you intimately associate with anyway? Just a couple of people. So find yourself a couple of people in your community who support this. And sometimes people support even though they have varying opinions. And those are good too. I mean, you may have a friend that just doesn't believe that you should be with this man that's 31 years older than you, but they support you. See, that's all you can ask for is the support. Or you could go outside of that support and get opinions from other people who are in those type of relationships with you. And the structure just builds. They become the foundation for you to continue to grow. So the communities are out there and they're willing to share their experiences with you, even like this channel. Come back to this channel, put questions in the comments below, and we'll address those questions perhaps on another video coming up recently, or maybe one in the distant future. We'll bring it up. So these communities provide invaluable advice, support, and a sense of belonging, which gives you purpose. Now, there are always going to be those stereotypes. Excuse me. There are always going to be those stereotypes. And age gap relationships face a lot of bias. But you know what? Modern women challenge and break these stereotypes all the time. Because women now have an attitude, it's my business, it's not yours. They don't mind telling you that. And it's the truth. It's always been the truth. See, they prove that love knows no age boundaries and that true happiness is found in understanding and in respecting each other's differences. So sometimes the stereotype is amongst the person that you're with. Maybe the older man feels he needs to keep letting you know that you are the younger woman. If he has to keep doing that, then something's wrong. And maybe the younger woman wants to keep reminding the older man, I don't have as much experience in life. See, you're coming together. See, it's that partnership. We had to do a whole discussion on power of the partnership and an age gap relationship. I'm going to write that down. All right. So we took a note of that. The team's got it. Very good. We have to do a channel on that. I mean, a show on that because it's important that you understand that being in love is greater when you have a partnership instead of just being in love and still being an independent. So you don't want to be an independent. You want to balance your independence because love is powerful enough that it can break down any type of barrier. But see, modern women, they understand the importance of being an individual, but also being an individual couple at the same time. So your couple's relationship, your marriage is different than just being a solo person. See, they pursue their own goals, but they also pursue the goals of the partnership. And they're ambitious and they contribute to the partnership as individuals. See, she has something to bring. She needs to be allowed to do that. Men have something to bring. He needs to be allowed to do that. You need to allow your community between the two of you, that community, to constantly grow so that you can reach the heights of these just amazing dynamic goals. And the balance that you have, that's going to be the key that actually ensures that you grow and flourish with your partner. Mutual growth, when it comes to age gap relationships, it's an opportunity where the modern woman inspires her partner. See, mutual growth is what you two can do together, but still separately. I mean, you could be hand in hand, holding hands, you're together, but individually, he's protecting you. Individually, she's protecting him. I mean, that's how it works. These type of relationships have taught people how to adapt to new perspectives. Because see, when you come from two different generations, which is two totally different dynamics, and something new comes into your life, you have two different variations separated by many decades as to how you might handle a situation. He's got an older way of handling it with history. You've got a new way of handling it with modernization. It's upcoming. It's not been tested yet. So somebody's going to have to learn how to lean on the other. And that's how you have to do it from time to time. See, sometimes the man needs to lean on the woman, the older man, and then the younger woman needs to lean on the older man because experience is always up for grabs. Experience is not like being a carpenter for 30 years. Experience is understanding the principles of being a carpenter. And that may take you a short period of time to realize. So being adaptable to new experiences and new perspectives, this becomes a motivation and it evolves and it develops your personality. So you may be who you are right now as a person, but as you continue to grow in this relationship, you're going to become someone different. You're going to become someone you never thought you could be. You ever hear those people talk about, I am now my mother? Yes, you might become your mother, or you might just become the wife in this relationship, realizing that you're not single, even though you've been married for 10 years. Sometimes these realizations just happen gradually. So, in conclusion, as we've spoken a lot about age gap relationships and how they are doing very, very well, thanks to the incredible power and the strength of modern women. I mean, give it up for modern women. We're not talking about women and the stereotype of women back in the 50s and the 40s where they waited for the man to do this. No, these women are nothing like that. They don't have that stereotype, but some still do kind of think that's the structure of the relationship. I'm just going to stay home and he does all the work. See, modern women, they want to be out there as equal partners. They want to be out there working also. They've got careers, they got ambitions, they've got goals. Know how to communicate effectively. They know how to overcome challenges and they challenge the stereotypes. They don't do things just because this is what people expect of them. They do the things that they choose to do because the relationship requires this. And so there's that balance that they now share of independence and they fostering mutual growth. So this has been an enjoyable discussion. I hope it's been good for you. I hope it's been eye-opening. I hope you appreciate the thoughts that we had. But we want you to join us in celebrating remarkable individuals in our next episode. And that would be those younger, gorgeous Filipino women who date and marry older Western men. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this video with a friend. Be a part of the community. Grow with us as we empower you to define love and relationships together with us because love knows no bound. We want to thank you for your time and remember this, and we'll see you in the next video.